Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to this channel, my name is Amigo Diaz, and this video is a very special video because it is my first cooking video. Today we're going to be making a Tofu Steak Buddha Bowl, but in my case I always call it a Buddha platter because I never have a big enough bowl to put all this stuff in there. So a plate will do for this job. The Buddha Bowl we're going to be making today is super easy with a lot of healthy ingredients, hitting macro and micronutrients. And this dish is perfect for lunch or dinner meal. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified with newly released videos. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get cooking because I'm hungry. So here are the ingredients for this dish. For the base, we're going to be using basmati rice, and then for the tofu, we're going to be using extra firm tofu. And when we cut them up into thin slices, it's going to cook really nice and it's going to give it a chewy texture like a steak. I'm going to be using 50-50 leafy greens. You can, to be honest, you can add whatever you want. I just like to have greens around the house. And then for the other veggies, we're going to be including shredded carrots, some green onions, lime, red onion, red cabbage, and some cilantro, as well as some shredded edamame beans. And these are all the spices for the sauce and sauteing the tofu. I'm going to be using toasted sesame oil when I saute the tofu, and we're basically going to fry it essentially. And then for the sauce, we're going to be using tahini, some Dijon mustard, some soy sauce, some onion powder, some salt, and some smoked paprika. And then later on, we're going to top it off with some white sesame seed. And one last thing, you guys, when I make my rice, I use a Japanese rice maker called Tiger. And this thing is a lifesaver because it cooks the rice to absolute perfection. So if you guys are interested in trying this rice cooker out, I'll leave a link down below where you can find it on Amazon. So first thing I do, if I have rice in the ingredient, I'm gonna start off by cooking that first. It's just gonna be me tonight eating this meal. I usually like to cook a lot of rice so I can meal prep throughout the day, but for this video, we're just going to be doing 1 cup of the rice. And then before I start cooking the rice, I'm gonna rinse it out just to get all the excess stuff. Like this looks like a dried up piece of rice. That's why we rinse our greens, you guys, because you don't know what's in here. Could be anything, so be cautious. Alright guys, so now we have clean, fresh rice, if that's a thing. I don't know if rice is fresh, but you get the point. It's like basically the rice took a shower. As this rice maker is capable of making 4 cups of rice, but I only put 1 cup of rice in here. So now we're just gonna add some water to the 1 mark indicator. It's kind of covered up right now by the rice, but when we pour it in there, it'll be visible. Okay, so I see it, it's right there. Water's all filled up now. And sometimes I just like to scrape the rice into the pot and make sure it's not on the side because it'll cook more even that way. All right, and then all you have to do is close it like so. There's an extension cord that pulls out in the back. So I'm gonna pull that, and then we're gonna plug it in. And then so now the keep warm light pops up and we're ready to cook the rice. So all you have to do is just push down this lever and it's cooking. And that's it. I love this rice cooker so much. It saves me so much time and the rice comes out perfect every time. For this rice maker, it only takes 15 minutes to cook either, 1 to 4 cups. I highly recommend it if you guys need a rice maker. The next step, we're going to be cutting up and cooking the tofu, and I like to use a flat skillet pan to cook them because they're going to be somewhat thin slices of the tofu. And of course, here is the toasted sesame oil we're going to be using. And when I shape my tofu steak, I cut it into a square shape because it just looks nicer to me, I guess. You can shape it however you want, but I always like to keep it square. And when I'm slicing up the tofu, I cut it about 1/4 inch thin. So when it cooks, it'll give it that chewy texture. Alright guys, so the tofu is all chopped up, and the next step is to heat up the saucepan. When I cook these tofu, you guys, I usually heat it up to like about high. So I have an electric stove, so I set it to a 7. So when it's heating up, I already like to add the oil onto the skillet. So I'm going to be adding a little bit, like a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. So that's probably good enough. Not a lot. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, we're gonna start cutting the vegetables. Fun fact, you guys, vegetables that are darker hue in color, like purple, red, or green, are richer in phytonutrients, including antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, which help prevent cancer, fight chronic illnesses, and strengthen the immune system. So red onions contain organosulfurs, which are the same compounds found in garlic, leeks, and other onions. And these phytochemicals can help improve the immune system and support the liver. And same thing with the red cabbage. It is packed with vitamins and minerals such as vitamin C, K, and A. It's also a great source of fiber, vitamin B6, potassium, and magnesium. These are all vital components to optimize your health at its best. Alright guys, so here are the vegetables all chopped up. So now after the vegetables are done, I'm gonna hop back to the stove and start cooking the tofu. So this is probably very hot. I usually am very careful when I place the tofu on top of the skillet or the pan because it's gonna start to sizzle like that. Oh my god, what a failure! Alright, there we go. So for these tofu, I usually just like to cook them for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side. So I would flip after when they're really golden and crispy. I'm so hungry, you guys. And this looks amazing so far. Y'all remember my first video? You gotta stay hydrated. H2O, baby. So now while the tofu is cooking, I'm gonna heat up the edamame shells. So when I'm heating up the edamames, I usually just go for about low to medium heat. I don't want it too high, otherwise it's gonna burn the beans. And since this is gonna be a single meal, I'm probably only going to be eating about a 1/4 cup of the edamame beans, but I usually just eyeball it. So let's say, yeah, I think that's about it. I like that amount. I'll eat that much. I think it is time to flip these babies. Oh yeah, they're sizzling. They're crying. Oh yeah, look at that color. Woo! And what I usually like to do, I like to press down on the tofu just to expel all of the water out. And it makes a ridiculous noise. Like it's angry or something. And then when we hop back to the edamame beans, I'm just gonna stir them up just so it can heat up evenly. And now we're going to make our yummy, delicious, protein-dense tahini sauce. So the main ingredient for the sauce is made with tahini, and I'm going to be using about a little less than a 1/4 cup. And I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, as well as 2 teaspoons of Dijon Mustard, about 1 teaspoon of onion powder, a couple shakes of smoked paprika, and just about 1 teaspoon of salt. When you start mixing all the ingredients together, it thickens like a lot. So I'll just add some water to thin out the sauce. And there we go. It's all loosened up. You can add as much water as you want or to the, level of consistency you like. Alright guys, so now the rice is done cooking. And let's open this bad boy. And a bunch of steam is gonna come out. Woo! Yeah. Oh, it cooks perfectly every single time. Okay, so I usually like to eat a lot of rice, you guys. Now we're going to add the tofu on top of the rice. Ooh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. Perfect. And we're going to be adding our vegetables. I like to have mine presentable because I'm an artiste. So here is where the leafy greens are going to come in. And I just plop it like so onto one corner. Okay, and then now we can top it off with the other vegetables. And then I'm just gonna top off with some cilantro to give a little freshness. All right, that's looking pretty good. Oh, and one more thing. We're gonna top it off with some tahini sauce. And last but not least, we're gonna sprinkle it with some white sesame seed. And we have a finished product. Look at that. My face is right next to it. I just wanna shove my face in it. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat this right now. Wow. Yep. Oh yeah. So good, you guys. It's easy to make. Simple ingredients. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to make. It tastes so good. It's so nutritious. All right, you guys, just to wrap things up, let me know down in the comments below if you're going to try this or if you have tried it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna finish this and enjoy this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye.